The crystalline hall of transformation hummed with an ancient energy that predated most civilizations in the galaxy. Ambassador Chen stood before the Velcarian bioscanner, a device so advanced that it could rewrite DNA at the molecular level, granting any sentient being the physical attributes of any predator species in the known universe. The Velcarians had built this temple as a gift to the Galactic Council, a gesture of peace after centuries of isolation. Every species sent their champions here, warriors who would choose the apex predators of their homeworlds or legendary beasts from distant planets. The Throg chose the razor-spine Leviathan of Kepler 442b. The Zynthians selected the Voidstalker, a creature that hunted in the vacuum of space itself. Each choice spoke volumes about the species' values, their fears, and their understanding of power. High Curator Velthon observed the human with multifaceted eyes that reflected a dozen different spectrums of light. In his 3,000 years of administering the scanner, he had seen thousands of transformations. The pattern was always the same. Beings chose strength, speed, venom, or armor. They chose to become monsters. Ambassador Chen, Velthon's voice resonated through translation crystals embedded in the walls. You stand before the bioscanner of infinite forms. Speak the name of the predator whose essence you wish to inherit, and you shall be transformed. Choose wisely, for this gift is granted only once per species. Chen stepped closer to the scanner, a cylindrical chamber of swirling purple energy. Around them, representatives from 40 different species watched with keen interest. Some had come to see what apex predator humanity would select. Others whispered among themselves, speculating whether humans would choose something from Earth, perhaps their extinct Tyrannosaurus, or maybe one of the great sharks that still prowled their oceans. The Krell ambassador, a towering insectoid who had chosen the plasma-spitting death wasp of Andromeda Sector 7, clicked his mandibles in amusement. Humans were weak creatures, he thought. Soft-skinned, slow, with no natural weapons. Whatever they chose, it would be an improvement. Chen closed her eyes, taking a deep breath. She thought of Earth, of the millions of years of evolution, of the creatures that had ruled their world. She thought of the predators that haunted nightmares and inspired legends. Then she opened her eyes and smiled. Human, she said simply. The hall fell silent. Even the constant thrumming of the bioscanner seemed to pause. Velthon's translator crystals flickered with confusion. Ambassador Chen, I'm afraid you misunderstand. You must select a predator species. The scanner requires— I selected a predator species, Chen interrupted, her voice calm but firm. Human, Homo sapiens. From Earth. A ripple of confusion spread through the assembled delegates. The Krell ambassador's laugh echoed through the chamber, a harsh chittering sound. The human makes a joke. Their species has no claws, no venom, no armor. They are prey animals that learn to walk upright. Chen turned to face the assembly, and something in her expression made several delegates step backward instinctively. Let me tell you about humans, she began, her voice carrying across the vast chamber. We are pursuit predators. We don't have the speed of a cheetah for the sprint, but we can run for days. We can track prey across continents, across seasons, across years. We don't give up, ever. Velthon's thousands of eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of deep thought among his kind. He accessed the scanner's biological database, pulling up humanity's evolutionary record. What he saw made his chromatophores shift through colors of astonishment. We don't have venom, Chen continued, but we learned to extract it from creatures that did, and we turned it into medicine. We don't have claws, so we invented tools. We don't have thick hides, so we took the hides from other animals. We looked at birds and built machines to conquer the sky. We looked at fish and built vessels to conquer the depths. She gestured to the assembled aliens, each one transformed into some hybrid of their original form and a terrible predator. You see yourselves as apex predators now with your borrowed fangs and stolen strengths. But here's what you don't understand about humans. We made apex predators extinct. The cave bear, the saber-toothed cat, the dire wolf, all the creatures that hunted us in our infancy, we hunted them back. We hunted them better. We hunted them until they were gone. The Krell ambassador had stopped laughing. We climbed to the top of our food chain with nothing but our endurance, our ability to throw objects accurately, our capacity to sweat, and most importantly, our minds. We learned to cooperate in ways no other predator could match. We shared knowledge across generations, building on everything that came before. Chen turned back to the bioscanner. We are pack hunters who can operate in groups of millions. We are persistent hunters who never stop coming. We are tool-using hunters who turn the environment itself into a weapon. We adapt to every climate, every challenge, every threat. And when we encounter a problem we can't solve with our bodies, we solve it with our minds. Velthon's database had finished its analysis. His voice, when he spoke, carried a note of something that might have been respect or perhaps fear. "The scanner confirms," he announced to the assembled delegates. "By every measurable metric of predatory success, adaptability, persistence, tool use, social cooperation, and prey conversion rate, humanity qualifies as an apex predator species. Perhaps the most successful persistence hunter in the galactic record." Chen stepped into the scanner's chamber. The purple energy swirled around her, analyzing, measuring, comparing. Then it stopped. "No modifications required," the scanner's artificial voice declared. "Subject already optimized for predatory function." Chen stepped out of the chamber unchanged. She looked exactly as she had when she entered. A small, seemingly fragile creature with no claws, no fangs, no armor. But now everyone in the hall saw her differently. The Krell ambassador unconsciously took a step back. "You asked which predator I wanted to become," Chen said, her smile never wavering. "I chose to remain what I already am. Because when you're already the most successful predator in your planet's history, why would you want to be anything else?" As she walked past the assembled delegates toward the exit, none of them met her eyes. They were all thinking the same thing. They had grafted the attributes of predators onto their forms, becoming something new, something hybrid. But the human had walked into the most advanced biological modification device in the galaxy and walked out unchanged because she was already exactly what she needed to be, and that perhaps was the most terrifying thing of all.